What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another day in Car Mechanic Simulator with me, the Virtual Mechanic, and today's project, the 73 Nissan Skyline 2000 GTR. This thing is a lovely little classic JDM car with a beast of an inline engine that I can't wait to get performance parts stuck all over and see how much power we can squeeze out of this little bad boy. But with it being a JDM car, we're going to try and make this look as crazy as absolute possible today. Lunacy. We're just going to try and do all the crazy things to it, make it look as cool as we can. But anyway, let's get it over to the car wash and get it cleaned up. Here we are then at the car wash. I mean, we can already see what colour and what state this car is in. It is awful. So let's just get it cleaned up inside and outside. Get it back onto the lift. I mean, look at the damage on that. It's just everywhere. It is atrocious. Let's get the interior cleaned. Get it back on the lift and let's get that engine ripped out, ready to be worked on. There we go, that is the gearbox out. The oil pan was still in there, so we do need to drain that. Little sliver coming out there, nice. Then we'll get the car back on the ground. We'll grab that lift and we'll grab the crane. We'll grab the crane and we'll rip the engine out, and then we can start dismantling this entire car back down to the bare frame till there's absolutely nothing left. So let's crack on, let's get stuck in. Here we are then, everything completely stripped down, absolutely nothing left. You can see how much of a sorry state this car is still in. It is so bad. I can't believe, I don't think I've ever seen one quite this bad. But anyway, let's get it fixed. Let's grab the welder and let's get this frame all shiny and new. Then we can get the body back on. That wasn't too bad. Well, then we can get the body back on, get this thing over to paint, and start seeing what this lovely little machine is going to end up looking like. Hopefully it's going to be cool. I've got some nice body parts ready to go back on it. Look how clean that is. All the Skyline logos fixed. So yeah, let's get the body back on and then over to the paint shop. There it is, all done, looking nice. Look at that lovely intercooler on the front bumper there with the cables going in to the engine. Then we've got the bigger, wider flared arches, both front and back, looking insane. Then we've got, obviously, this big wing on the back that was bigger and that huge V exhaust, which is just incredible. But let's head over to the paint shop. Let's pick a colour to do this lovely car in. Here we go. I love this. It's just over the top crazy. This is a factory pinky purple colour with one of the vinyls on it that is yellow. I have also painted a few bits yellow to match it. I've painted the mirrors to match. I painted that front grille to match. And obviously I painted this rear bumper to match as well. I think it looks great. The V exhaust look incredible. The paint is lovely. A lovely pink inside there. Looking really, really nice. Probably just going to colour match the suspension to like the yellows, maybe a few bits of red in there. We'll see, but I might change that engine cover because it is a bit too red. But let's get on and let's get the suspension done. Here we are then. This is what I have done with the shocks. I've painted the main compartments yellow to match the car and then a dark red on the top there, which we will try and match throughout, although the red is quite hard to match. Let's get on with it. Let's get them on the car and see what it looks like. Here it is then, all the suspension looking lovely. Obviously we've got red calipers here, but the yellow subframe and everything else. A few red bits on the suspension and a few black bits dotted around here and there. But it is looking nice, and although it isn't the perfect yellow to the stripes there, it is very, very close, and I'm quite happy with that. In fact, very happy with that. Let's get in, let's get the engine bay sorted out. Here we are, guys, on to the wheels. Now I've gone for rims 1 on this, just because I like the way they look. I've gone for 19 inches with an ET of 20, so they stick out into them flared arches, with a 295 width and a 35 profile. And I've obviously painted them in a pink and in a yellow to match the colour of the car. The pinks are going to go at the back and the yellows are going to go at the front. It's going to look incredible. Let's get them on the car. Here they are, last one going on. Let's have a look how good this looks. Look how wide they stick out. Just for enough to be in them flared arches. Looking absolutely fabulous. I love that. And I think they're great. I think the odd colouring, you know, the pinks at the front and the pinks at the back and the yellows at the front look really, really good. I am happy with how that has turned out. I have got the window tinting stuff here, so let's get on and tint the windows. Now, what colour do we go for? I'm thinking a pink, red... maybe a yellow. That actually looks pretty sick. Let's go with the yellow. Now I'll do 100% all the way around apart from the windscreen, but I'll just get that done so you can see it when it's finished. But let's get on and get the engine built. That is this lovely engine finished, and to some of them eagle-eyed people, you may have noticed that that wasn't the same engine that came out. I did swap it for the turbo version of it. But let's get it in the car. I love that car. Let's get it in and get this car finished off. We've got to do the gearbox and obviously the exhaust system. Look how good that looks in there, though. I'm a bit disappointed about the plastic covers on there. The red did not turn out how I wanted it to at all. It came out in this dark colour, which I didn't like. But let's get on, let's get the gearbox in and get this car finished. That's it, everything finished on this lovely, glorious Skyline. One of my favourite builds. It's not my favourite car, but one of my favourite builds. It's just a little bit mental, that large intercooler there. I love it. That end, it looks good in there, apart from the dark red on the casings. Still a bit disappointed by that, but anyway, it does look fantastic. I'm still very happy with it, especially the outside. You've got the brake calipers in the red sticking through the wheels there. You can just about see them, and them wide wheels are stunning. I just love this car. It is just a crazy, crazy JDM car, and it's exactly what I would do if I had a crazy JDM car that I could play around with. It is beautiful, the exhaust. I just love it. It's just so crazy and over the top that you just think you wouldn't get away with it. But there we go. It's just lovely. I do love it. I'm very, very happy with it. But let's jump in and see what it sounds like. Obviously, I did put the Carrera seats in here as well, which are cool. There's a very low rumble. And there's that turbo whistle. I do love that turbo whistle. It is my favourite. It is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. But let's get this thing onto the dyno and see what power it puts out. Here we are at the dyno, 287 starting horsepower. How much have we added? That dips off at the end. 114 horsepower, 40%. Nowhere near as good as I thought it was going to be. But we are up to 400 horsepower, which isn't bad. But let's get it on the track and see what speed we can get out of it. Here we are then. At the track. Can't see through the side because it is that yellow, but let's go. Let's see what speed we can get that whistle. Let's see what speed we can get out of this lovely, lovely little Nissan. Well, it seems to be struggling at the moment. I wouldn't say struggling, just not as much power as I thought it was going to have when I started making this car. I think it's the engine. I mean, we are just coming up. We are coming up to 300 kilometers an hour. What are we going to end up at? We're very near the end of the track now. 306 kilometers an hour. I did think it was going to be better, but there it is. Well then, 306 kilometers an hour pits us 28 out of 32 cars. I am very, very disappointed in you, JDM Nissan. I really am. That's very disappointing. I did think it was going to be a lot better, but anyway, it was still a lot of fun to work on. It's been a great car to look at. It is absolutely stunning, and I do love it. But we are going to have to get this beautiful Nissan sold, and we're going to go through some figures of what I've paid for it today. 270,000 miles. That seems to be a rough estimate, a rough average, and new 400 horsepower in the turbo engine. Thanks then. 120,108 is the sale price. That isn't really that great. I did spend 13,366 buying the car, and then 51,471 upgrading the car today, putting our total spend at $64,837, and our profit at $55,271, which isn't bad. I'm quite happy with that, but it is time to say goodbye to the little Nissan. Goodbye, Nissan. It was fun. You were a joy to work on. I loved it. But up next, we have the Bolt Roulette, a.k.a. the Chevrolet Camaro. This is a 71 model with a big supercharged beastie V8 sticking out of the bonnet there. I cannot wait to get to the Trans Z AM28. I'm assuming this is a modded variant. I did spend 25,000, but we are already in profit. And it does have 290,000 kilometers on it. As I say, we did have that pretty much averaged out. But that is it for today's video. If you did enjoy it, do leave me a like and consider subscribing. It really does help me and the channel out. Thank you so much for watching, everybody, and I'll see you in the next one. I hope you had a lovely weekend. Goodbye.